Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation in and around the country. I'm Tina Jha. From the launch of the world's biggest online disease surveillance platform to a nationwide movement to raise awareness about better nutrition, there's plenty in store for you on this edition of Science Monitor. But before we bring you updates on these stories, let's begin with the headlines. Integrated Health Information Platform launched to ensure near real-time health data in digital mode. The revised digital version of Integrated Disease Surveillance Program will now track 33 diseases. Researchers from ISR Bhopal and University of Nebraska Medical Center proposed repurposing of Rapamycin to treat COVID-19. The drug's mode of action can handle many factors that worsen COVID-19 infection. Intelligent sensor-based elephant detection and alert systems developed will aid in preventing human-wildlife conflicts on highways and railway tracks. And after green and white revolution, now it's time for diet revolution in the country. AAHAAR KRANTI to be launched shortly to raise national awareness about better nutrition. And now news in detail. To monitor disease trends and to respond quickly to disease outbreaks in the country, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has now launched a digital platform for the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program. In a virtual function organized on the 5th of April, Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan launched the Advanced Digital Surveillance System as the Integrated Health Information Platform, or the IHIP. A day before this launch, National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021 was also approved by the Union Minister. These steps are expected to bring about a revolutionary change in the field of health data and management of diseases.
In a country like India, which has the world's second largest population, there is also a large public health services network. Yet, due to variable conditions and a growing number of diseases, it is a challenge to provide favorable health services to everyone. To overcome these obstacles, the Integrated Health Information Platform has now been launched. The platform is a sophisticated next-generation digital version of the current Integrated Disease Surveillance Program of the Government of India. Union Minister for Science and Technology, Earth Sciences and Health and Family Welfare Dr. Harshvardhan recently launched this digital platform. IHIP will be the world's largest online disease surveillance platform. Through this platform, diseases spreading across every region and community of the country can be monitored in real time. And now, 33 diseases can be monitored on the platform compared to 18 diseases earlier.
मोबाइल टैबलेट की सहायता से हमारे ANM और आशा वर्कर्स, सभी ग्रास रूट लेवल के लोग रियल टाइम इंफॉर्मेशन किसी भी बीमारी के कहीं पर भी प्रकट होने की दिशा में वो सबमिट करेंगे। उसका विभिन्न स्तरों पर एनालिसिस होते हुए और भारत सरकार और सारे देश के अंदर ये इंफॉर्मेशंस रियल टाइम में अवेलेबल होंगी, ताकि आने वाले वर्षों में कोई भी डिज़ीज़ का संभावित आउटब्रेक इसको और बेहतर ढंग से बहुत जल्दी अति शीघ्र हम डायग्नोज भी कर पाएँ, उसके ऊपर एक्शन भी कर पाएँ।
Hospitals, health workers and ANMs from all corners of the country have been added to the Integrated Health Information Platform. They are responsible for feeding in the data about diseases and patients to the platform from their locations in real time. This information will then be available to provide quick information about disease trends even at the remote rural level. Based on this data, accurate policies and solutions can be developed by the authorities. Earlier, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare also approved the National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021. Under this policy, effective treatment of rare diseases will now be promoted. To provide better and cheaper treatment, the focus will be on clinical research and drug development within the country. While the National Policy for Rare Diseases 2021 will help in effective management of rare disorders and ailments, the Integrated Health Information Platform will provide accurate and adequate data on all types of diseases emerging across the country. These steps are expected to bring about many positive changes in the healthcare services and will definitely play a vital role in building a strong and healthy nation.
Although successful vaccination campaigns are being carried out all across the globe to control COVID-19, yet the need to find an appropriate drug for the disease hasn't decreased. Recently, researchers from ISIR Bhopal and the USA-based University of Nebraska Medical Center have identified a well-studied drug called Rapamycin, which can be repurposed to treat COVID-19 infection. Let's look at this report to find out more about this drug.
In a bid to control the pandemic of COVID-19, vaccination campaigns are underway in most of the countries. While vaccination is needed to prevent the population from infection, it is not a solution for people who are already suffering from the disease and who may contract it in the future. Therefore, scientists are also working towards repurposing of existing drugs to develop a quick and reliable treatment for the infection. In this series, researchers from the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, or IISER Bhopal, and the University of Nebraska Medical Center, USA, have identified a new drug that can be used against COVID-19. Researchers studied a drug called Rapamycin, which is used in organ transplantation and cancer treatment, and found its biochemical working promising enough to treat COVID-19 infection. This study has recently been published in the International Elsevier journal, Chemico-Biological Interactions.
Rapamycin is a drug which is already approved for various treatments. For example, it is used for the organ transplantation as well as for the treatment of solid tumors. Rapamycin is also considered as an anti-aging drug and also used to control the obesity. Since it is well known that people who are obese, who are elderly, they have more chances of dying when COVID infection happen, and that is why we think that Rapamycin can sort of help in that disease.
In their research, Dr. Amjad Hussain, principal scientist at IISER Bhopal, and Dr. Siddhappa N. Baira Reddy, associate professor at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, observed that unlike antiviral drugs, Rapamycin acts on the host proteins rather than the virus. Therefore, Rapamycin will not be affected by virus mutations. In addition to this, Rapamycin can control the cytokine storm, which leads to severe symptoms in the patients. According to studies, COVID-19 has proved to be more life-threatening for older and obese patients. As Rapamycin is also effective in delaying these two factors, so the drug is the suitable candidate for COVID-19 treatment.
Rapamycin is known to inhibit protein synthesis, which is one of the essential process required for the virus multiplication, and virus require a lot of proteins to synthesize new particles, and that is another reason why Rapamycin can help. We published this study in November 2020, and we realized that later on there are other publications which came in very prestigious journals like Lancet Health Longevity, where they have suggested Rapamycin or Rapalogs for the as a potential candidate for the treatment of COVID-19.
as Rapamycin has been subjected to regenerative clinical trials for other diseases. So, it can be directly tested on COVID-19 subjects in phase 2 trials, as it takes decades to develop an effective drug. So, repurposing of the existing medicines to treat the COVID-19 infection seems to be a quick and promising solution.
Time for a short break here. Lots more coming up on the other side. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. In India, there are many national highways and railway tracks that cut through the identified elephant corridors. Obviously, these areas add to the chances of human-wildlife conflict, which can further lead to loss of life and property. Now, to avert such conflicts, Chandigarh-based CSIR-CSIO has developed an intelligent sensor-based system to detect elephant movement in these areas and also to issue alerts to the concerned authorities. More details in this report.
The expansion of human civilization has also led to an increase in human-wildlife conflict. In India, human-elephant conflict is the most common. On railway tracks and highways that run through forest areas, collision with elephants is always a potential threat, and such accidents prove fatal for wildlife as well as humans and loss to property. To avert such collisions, under a project of the Wildlife Institute of India and Worldwide Fund for Nature, the Central Scientific Instruments Organization of CSIR has developed intelligent systems to detect elephant movement and to issue alerts. Earthquake sensing-based LE-SIOS alert and thermal infrared imaging-based LE-Therm alert. These two systems can automatically inform the concerned departments when they detect elephant movement in and around railway tracks. LE-Therm alert uses thermal infrared imaging sensors which have been installed around railway tracks. These cameras use artificial intelligence and machine learning to identify wildlife even in the dark and can issue an alert to the railways and local forest department in real time. This prevents accidents, saving precious lives and property.
Firstly, it needs to work 24/7 irrespective of availability of light, and we can't use artificial light because it is hampering the natural movement of animals. So we came up with an imaging solution which is suitable to work 24/7 without light, and that's where we chose the thermal infrared imaging. And another sensing modality which we chose is the seismic sensors which pick the ground vibration. So we started the initial feasibility. These systems are deployed in a small stretch of 200 meters on the railway track in Rajya Tiger Reserve. The thermal camera is mounted such that it sees through the railway track for any kind of animal crossing.
CSIO has used earthquake sensors for the second system to create a network of geophone earthquake sensors that are linked to the main equipment based on artificial intelligence and machine learning. Researchers experimentally designed the pattern of tremors arising from the movement of elephants by first moving elephants under real conditions in the wilderness and then feeding that data into the instrument. Now, as elephants pass through these sensors, the system creates seismic patterns, identifies them, and automatically issues alerts to the central server via SMS or email.
We have designed one instrument where a multiple of these sensors, because these sensors detection range are very low, it is around couple of 10 meters in the range. So we have used array-based sensing, distributed sensing location where a multiple of sensor will acquire the data, process in an instrument, and will only send the alert to the central server. So we have a local server being deployed there to analyze this data, and further these are connected to the backhaul internet over a low power wide area network, so that we can also receive the alert to other remote stations like Chandigarh or to the Dehradun office also.
The devices used in both these systems are designed to suit the weather and difficult geographical conditions. These systems use very little energy and are battery-based. Given the phone or internet connection problems, these systems have been connected to a low-range LoRaWAN network to communicate. Apart from transportation, these warning systems can also be used to protect crops from animal raids. Currently, these systems have been installed at the Kansa Rao Rajaji Tiger Reserve in Dehradun. By using such systems throughout the country, damages incurred due to human-wildlife conflict can be minimized.
And now let's take a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our special segment, Science Express.
Indian Railways has completed the arch closure of the iconic Chennai Bridge. A part of the US BRL project, the bridge will connect the Kashmir Valley to the rest of the country. Being 359 meters above the river bed level, the bridge is the highest railway bridge in the world. The construction of this arch was a major challenge for the railways, and the project is bound to become an engineering marvel. The 1,315-meter-long bridge is said to be 35 meters higher than the Eiffel Tower. Along with being earthquake-resistant, the bridge can also withstand wind speed up to 266 km per hour. Under the Northern Railway, this bridge is being constructed by the Konkan Railway. DRDO, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, IIT Delhi, IIT Roorkee, and many foreign expert companies are assisting in its design and testing. Many cutting-edge technologies are being used for the first time in this construction. Under drug repurposing research, Zydus Cadila has now sought permission to use its hepatitis drug for the treatment of COVID-19. In the application sent to Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, it was stated that the Phase 3 clinical trials of the pegylated interferon alpha-2b were conducted successfully, and the trials have yielded positive results. This drug of Zydus Cadila is available in the market under the brand name PEGI-HEP. The drug helped the COVID patients to recover faster, and no adverse side effects were seen during the trials. Last year, the drug was also used on COVID-19 patients in Wuhan by a team of international researchers to analyze its effectiveness in COVID-19 management. According to the company, PEGI-HEP presents an effective and viable solution for the management of the infection. Scientists have reported for the first time the detection of X-ray radiation from the planet Uranus. Experts believe that understanding the X-ray emission can provide important information about the planet's characteristics and structure. However, the source of this radiation has not been accurately ascertained yet. Uranus is the 7th planet of the solar system and has 4 times the diameter of the Earth and is also the 4th largest by mass. The study is based on observations made in 2002 and 2017 from NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory. According to the astronomers, one of the reasons behind this emission could be collision of Uranus rings with the charged particles. Or it could be due to Sun. It is possible that, like Jupiter and Saturn, Uranus is also reflecting back the X-rays emitted by the Sun. A farmer from Kota, Rajasthan has developed a dwarf mango variety that produces fruits round the year. This variety, developed by Sri Krishna Suman, is resistant to most mango diseases and disorders of the crop. The variety is known as Sadabahar and can also be grown in pots in the initial years. In the year 2000, Sri Krishna Suman, a gardener by profession, noticed a fast-growing mango tree in his orchard, which bloomed round the year. He prepared 5 grafted mango plants, and it took nearly 15 years to develop this variety by preserving and preparing the grafts. The innovative attributes of the variety have been recognized by the National Innovation Foundation India, which facilitated evaluation of this variety through Indian Institute of Horticultural Research of ICAR. Also, efforts are being made to get this mango species registered with the National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources. Shri Krishna Suman has also been awarded the 9th National Grassroots Innovation and Traditional Knowledge Award for developing this variety.
Time for another break here. Still more coming up ahead. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back once again. You're watching Science Monitor. 13th April 2021 will mark the beginning of a new movement in India. On this day, AAHAAR KRANTI will be launched to raise nationwide awareness about the importance of a nutritionally balanced diet. This initiative is a brainchild of Vigyan Bharati and Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats Forum and many government agencies as well as non-government organizations who are supporting this endeavor. Vigyan Prasad is also a valued partner in this movement. See this report.
Green Revolution, White Revolution, and now it's time for Diet Revolution or AAHAAR KRANTI. India is one of the leaders when it comes to agricultural produce. In fact, we produce twice as many calories as we consume. Despite it, malnutrition is a major issue in our country, as dietary risk is the 4th largest cause of mortality in India. The reason for this is a lack of nutritional awareness across all sections of the society. Nutrition is essential for physical as well as mental health. Positive effects of nutrition have been evident in school children. Vigyan Bharati and Global Indian Scientists and Technocrats Forum have come together to launch AAHAAR KRANTI, the motto being Good Diet, Good Thoughts, and the movement will see a nationwide launch on April the 13th. 2021 has been declared by the United Nations as the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables. India's AAHAAR KRANTI is also an effort to rouse the people to the value of our traditional diet, to the healing powers of local fruits and vegetables, and to the miracles of a balanced diet. We all know that nutrition is the basis of a better life. It helps in developing better cognitive skills from childhood and enables us to perform better in every field at every stage of life. A healthy life is the basis of creating a prosperous society. India's unique knowledge of Ayurveda has guided the whole world, and now it is time for us to reapply the same knowledge to our life to better meet the health and social challenges. The key to nutrition lies in the locally available natural products, including fruits and vegetables. Traditional markets can help us in creating positive nutrition solutions, and this will also strengthen the economy. This movement will increase the demand for high nutrition crops. Opportunities will increase for the food processing industry, which in turn will create new opportunities for the farmers. The aim of this multifaceted movement is to take this knowledge to the common man. For it to reach every corner of the country, it is necessary that every section of the society joins in. From experts to teachers, from teachers to students, and from students to their families. We have to facilitate this chain. This is an opportunity for every citizen of India to make the country an example of health and self-reliance. So, come and join the AAHAAR KRANTI to create a strong longevity alliance and once again establish India as a Vishwaguru. AAHAAR KRANTI, Uttam Aahar, Uttam Vichar.
So that's it from us in this edition of Science Monitor. We'll be back same time next week with another brand new episode. You can also send us your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasad.gov.in. You can also write to us. Our address is Vigyan Prasad, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodi Road, New Delhi, 110003. So time to take your leave now. But before I wrap up, let me appeal to all our viewers to continue to maintain COVID-appropriate behavior. As you're aware, the country is witnessing a rapid surge in cases of coronavirus, and it's important for all of us to take necessary precautions. So wear your face masks, wash your hands and face regularly, and also maintain physical distancing. These simple precautions will help us stay safe. So take care of yourselves and your families and continue to think scientifically.